Yeah, good morning. This is Gracie Opulanza. Hashtag luxury according to Gracie. And today I'm going to be talking about Bentley motors in Crewe and how for 10 years I've been working with Bentley, reviewing cars. And one of the most exciting moments is when the car is presented to me, the colour. How does Bentley choose its colours regarding, what's trending? How long does it take for a colour to sort of go from an idea to a thought process into reality? What is Bentley doing regarding targeting females in the world of car marketing? Now, if you have a look on my Gracie Opulanza blog, I've just written about the Azure, A-Z-U-R-E, colour, which I call ice blue. And there's a female in that marketing, and I just want to give you a background that I've pioneered these kind of shots for the last 10 years. And I do it through a lifestyle situation, going to hotels. I have bespoke clothing made, targeting and working with the car. So my car reviews are lifestyle, food, fashion, and bespoke experiences, whether it's a wellness spa treatment, hair treatment, going to a Mayfair hairdresser, to having my nails done to match the car. And it's normally to match the colour of the car. And today again we're talking about Bentley and how they work with colour and what's new in that sector. And the other thing is, so if you put in the word Ferrari in my blog, Ferrari Roma, my nails, which were white pearl, matched the white pearl, and that was called in the Ferrari. So how is the car industry in 2025 really targeting females? And in Bentley, the marketing team and sales team have always said that the woman is very much the leader when it comes to choosing her colour. Husband and wife or partners or whatever. So, what's new to Bentley, as I said, I've been working with them for 10 years, that they now have in Crewe a dedicated colour or paint section in Crewe. It's fairly new, which is fantastic. And you can choose into the hundreds, thousands, into the millions. You can have any colour you want, whatever speaks to you. And remember, at different ages and different stages and why you're buying a Bentley will always be the factor of a place where you come from. So I'm literally in the sea here in Thailand, in Koh Samui. That's the background noise that you can hear. So I'm 54. I am menopause now, so I can't produce anymore. So I'm the guardian. That's my role now, a guardian for younger women. And I travel a lot, I see some gorgeous colours. As I grew up and even in the last 10 years, what's your favourite colour? Well, in the world of Bentley, it's endless. And I'm so well travelled. I have travelled around the world for 30 years, over and over. How do I, when I go into the factory, how do I choose my colour? Because you've got to get it right, but if money's not an option, you can choose a colour. I'm a particular person that has to see it on the car, but if I don't like it, then I can pay extra and change it. But we really don't want to be doing that. I think it's, So, how do I choose my colour? How is Bentley targeting women regarding colour? Why have they got the woman in an ice blue? Not being stereotyped, I'm not saying, but what I am telling you is it's the last colour that I would opt for. And ironically, every press car I've reviewed across many brands, Rolls-Royce, Bentley, Ferrari, McLaren. Let's address the elephant in the room. It's really a very male colour. They've never sought out a colour that suits me. But I was fortunate enough, the Audi TT, which was a very burnt orange, which is my colour. So that was, out of the 10 years, that was the car that I loved the most. On average, and sometimes I can review cars back to back. I mean, at one point I had 1.3 million of pounds of cars in the United Kingdom. I do it, and I do it back to back, change of colours. And they dropped the Aston Martin in this dark blue. Said okay, and then I finished with that, and on the same day, and I've got a picture of it. They dropped the Bentley GTC convertible, and it's exactly the same colour. Well, it almost looked like to me. And normally, I know when I was talking to Ford, and actually I've got that interview, colours can take 3-4 years to choose in the mainstream sector. But with Bentley, because, you know, an average car is £200,000, you can choose your colour. So that's the difference. You've got your stock standard colours in the, like with an Audi, and then you can differentiate a bit. But generally, it's in the world of Bentley. As I said, you can choose by hundreds and thousands and millions now of colours. So now let's go back to, is Bentley targeting a female market regarding colour? You know, are they doing that? And well, for me, I feel that they're, you know, for me, the icy blue, it looks lovely. I've just been talking about the colour. It looks still very masculine. So I'll just repeat myself that when you're choosing a Bentley colour, the world is endless. Even if you dive to the deep sea or ocean, which is a different world, then you can be inspired and think, oh, I love that colour. Take a picture of it and go to Bentley. Say, right, this is the colour I want for my car. And they'll do it. That's the difference of a Bentley and bespoke. Everything can be tailor-made to your emotions. And let's face it, ladies, when we go in and buy a pair of shoes or a handbag, what's the first thing that we're drawn to? Not the quality, maybe the brand name, but it's the colour, right? Well, that's how I certainly work. I'm very impulsive in my purchasing. I've always have been. And it's always the colour. And one of my favourite Bentleys, and the Bentayga and the GTC Speed, was the olive green. So I live in Tuscany, so I can reminisce. It really speaks to me, but I'm done with that. So let's talk about trend forecasting and hashtag luxury according to Gracie. Like and subscribe. What would your colour of choice be if you were buying a Bentley convertible or a GTC Speed, right? Don't worry about the SUV. Well, you know, and again, whatever the car is, then that a different, let's say if I opted for a rose gold, it would definitely look different on a Bentley Bentayga, which is a SUV, compared to a soft top or a hard top GT or GTC Bentley. So the body of the car really dictates your colour. And look, there's no right or wrong here, lady. It's what speaks to you at that given moment. And as childhood, we're always being influenced by colour, and you'll always have your core colours. So for me, I'm olive green and red, but my go-to colour, especially in the last 2 years, has been mustard and the burnt orange, and that'll be the influence of Australia, Ayers Rock, and it'll be the influence of also my travel in tropics, in the heat, and the Tuscan tiles. I'm always looking at them. So just recapping, in Bentley now, they've got a factory dedicated where you can have hundreds of thousands, millions of choices of colour. So how do you not be overwhelmed by that? And I think, and to know what you need to do is choose your colour, or maybe your top 3 colours in your travel environment or in your shopping environment, or influenced by social media, and just put them up in different places in your office, in your room, in your home, and you will eventually come to the right colour. And there's always that risk that when it's done, that you might not like it. I mean, we can talk about car wrapping another time. Basically, it's like different prints and colours that you can just wrap the car around, which are around £2,000, £4,000. It's a cheaper option. It's a great option to have. So, if you would choose a Bentley, we're going to go for the GTC Speed Convertible, or soft top. One of my favourites. I've driven blue. I've driven sage green, which was adorable. The sage green was incredible, and it just brought a smile on my face. So you got rose gold. Let's say I'm going for rose gold. There's so many different tones of rose gold. And also it's the message that you want to give out. You know, driving a Bentley is already, look at me, I'm a show off. Look at me, I've made money. Look at me, I'm successful. It is a car, a statement car, that all the cars that I drive, I really get a lot of attention in the UK. Whether it's, and it can be negative, always from men, and mostly positive. Got to remember, ladies, not everyone's going to celebrate your successes, including men. So, and then you have a process where you can sit down, and thank God for digital, you can then see the colour in its real form. But Hot Wheels, which is little tiny cars, and are very influenced by nostalgia. So what they're doing is making like the classic Gucci car, and Gucci's collaborated with these little toy cars. And then they've got their own colours. So you could be, what another top tip, go back and look when you grew up in the 80s, 90s, and think, what was the colour I loved the most on a car, or on a Mattel car, on a toy car? So that's a tip as well. But as I said, in Bentley at this level, your imagination will be brought into reality because of this dedicated section, factory, office, artisan place where you can, the world of colours is there for you. Now Bentley, I'm calling it ice blue, right? Azzurro is an Italian word. Azzurro, which is blue, sky blue. To me, I look at it, I've got the female in there. It's my least favourite colour, though I did have the interior of the Rolls-Royce Cullinan in it, and I had all different tones of blue, and I can put the link in my YouTube, and that looked phenomenal. So sometimes I'm a person, I got to see it in reality, and I think I'm a visual person, and I can speak for many females, I think we all are. So for me, and I've put the question out to Bentley, is it really targeting females? Is it really thinking about us? Is it something that will influence you to buy a car or a Bentley in this colour with her just sitting there looking effortlessly beautiful and thin. It's a great shot. It's a marketing shot. It's a stereotypical shot. Is it enough that they just have, like myself, just me, as a prop in the front of the car, under the car, on top of the car, in the car? And therefore, as I said, my car reviews have been about lifestyle, the emotion, the storytelling, and the journey. And in that is how I choose my colour. And I'll never forget Ford, the launch of the Mustang, hadn't been in Europe for 50 years. I walk in, I see the new Mustang. They have taken 4 years to choose it, this colour, and I walk in and said, that looks like OPI red that I've had my manicure and pedicure over and over. And their jaw dropped because it was exactly a collaboration with the nail polish brand OPI, and it was exactly that red that they did the car. How's that? And it took them 4 years to come to that, and it took me 4 seconds to recognise it. So, is Bentley really reminiscing, speaking to us women regarding the colour? So, the image is the thumbnail there. Have a look at it. What does the colour remind you? Why have they chosen like ice blue? The world's at war. We're in an interesting time. Our future's very, very unknown and very rocky. Is that the colour as a female would bring a smile on your face, make you feel safe and secure? Are car brands, because what happens, one car brand like Bentley comes with the colour, then they all follow suit. So, but with Bentley you can choose any colour. So what would be your colour that would make your go-to colour that will take you into 2025, 2026, considering the world's at war? What colour would speak to your emotions, calm you, make you happy, be your sort of wellness? When I'm in a Bentley and when I'm driving, it's my wellness. Heated seats, massage seats. That leather is astronomical. The artisan's hand bringing it all together. Like, for example, the stitching on a Bentley steering wheel. I think it takes 36 or 42 hours. I can't remember, right? So for me, it's the touch of the leather, the feel of the leather, knowing the craftsmanship that's gone into it, or the veneer wood, or that beautiful metal. That's what I love. That's my wellness on wheels. What colour would you choose? For me, I'm gravitating towards rose gold. I think for me, I love gold. I'm wearing gold at the moment. It defines luxury. I'm 54 years old. The years are going against me. I'm getting older, right? So that is, for me, rose gold is a celebration of survival, menopause, wellness on wheels. So it's a message. And I am eccentric and I want attention. And I can assure you that colour is going to certainly draw attention to many outsiders looking in. Keeping in mind that actually, luxury according to Gracie and a trend forecast, it's better not to have a statement car, better to be indiscreet. But that's never going to happen in the world of Bentley. People don't buy them to be discreet. They're out there saying, look at me, I'm successful and I own it. So if you want to be discreet, go and buy a Fiat 500 Panda, so to speak. And it's, in the world of exclusivity, in the world of the top 5%, that people go and buy a Bentley. Now, to give you an insight, the Bentley, normally when people are buying a Bentley, they've already got other supercars and sort of mainstream daily cars. A Bentley normally is their seventh car, so I've been told by the marketing team. So as a female, have a look at this colour. I'm calling it ice blue. Is it really speaking to you as a woman, as a female? that wants to be part of the world of Bentley, think, that really speaks to me. That colour is the sky. It's Mother Nature. It's a colour that I'm familiar with. It's a colour that speaks to me. Do we really? I don't want to buy a car that everyone's familiar with. There's nothing worse. And I see it all the time. That matte grey or the black. Even red, you know. I've got a burnt orange four-wheel drive here in Koh Samui, Thailand. And I was one of the first to get it, Suzuki. I love it because it's earthy. I just love it because it's bright and it's attention-seeking. So, ladies, in the world of Bentley, you can choose any colour you like. If you wanted to go, remember the chrome of the wheels can be different. I'm not talking about the interior. Let's talk about the exterior. The interior, I'll do another talk about that because that's a whole other world. The exterior, would you like two-tone? I've seen bright pink Bentleys. I think they're horrendous. But, you know, again, it's all down to what speaks to your heart, soul, mind. And let's face it, a place of where you're coming from, a place of success, of wealth, of money, of maybe overcoming a divorce, overcoming hardship, or overcoming an illness, right? And especially for me, that my Bentley is coming from a place of building brands that compete against GQ magazine, Esquire, working with luxury hotels like the Four Seasons here in Koh Samui. For me, driving the rose gold Bentley is coming from a place of, hey, I'm 54, this is what I've achieved, and I'm still here. Keeping in mind, I'm going through menopause, and the numbers in life are against me. They say life just begins at 50, 54. I'm not feeling that. I've got gut health problems, I'm stiff, my energies are high and low. But when I get into a Bentley, it's my wellness on wheels. I can close the world around me. I feel really safe in this heavy car. It's really heavy. And if I had to, I've got the speed to run away from my enemies. If I got crashed into by a truck, I think I'd survive easy, because that's what money buys in the world of Bentley, bespoke. And let's face it, on a safety issue, because that, as a mother, as a woman, is our first predatorial instinct. They'll certainly see me driving around in a rose gold. And funny, the car that I've owned the most, and I'll just leave you with this question, where have you had the most accidents or someone running into you? What colour, a negative colour, car that you've owned that you thought, I've got to sell it, got to get rid of it, I keep getting nipped, crashed into? Put it in the comments below. Like, subscribe. What do you think that colour is for me? And why did I sell it when I really manifested this car for years? I'll tell you in the comments when you start engaging. What is the colour that has caused you crashes or people constantly running into you that had a negative impact in the world of driving? Hashtag women who drive, hashtag luxury according to Gracie. What are we thinking about this Ice Blue marketing with Bentley? Is that woman sitting there really enticing you to come into the world of Bentley? Convey to me what the message is. Thank you very much.